Elizabeth Farnsworth.
When your standards are higher than you think you can afford, put yourself in today's Chevy Nova and listen to your heartbeat.
The heartbeat of America, that's today's Chevrolet.
This heartbeat of America is a transplant from Japan. The Nova is a Toyota Corolla in all but name. Toyota and General Motors formed a joint venture in 1983 to assemble the Nova, along with the Corolla FX, at the old GM plant in Fremont. Under the terms of the agreement, cars are produced here under Toyota's supervision in the Japanese way. The result is that GM now ranks the Nova its #1 car in consumer satisfaction, and the plant, called NUMMI for New United Motor, is almost twice as efficient as others in the GM system. It is a success that highlights the failure of GM here in the past. Wildcat strikes, low production, and drug abuse plagued this plant when GM ran it alone.
You had to be strong to survive in GM during those times.
George Nano was union shop chairman at GM in the old days.
They were the enemy, and it was war. It was war. That's basically, in a word, that was what it was.
The war ended with the plant's closure. The last Oldsmobile Sierra came off the line here in March 1982. 3,000 workers were out of a job.
My people fell on hard times in 1982, and it was very difficult time. So.
When NUMMI reopened the plant, many former GM workers were rehired. General Motors, Toyota, and the United Auto Workers vowed to change the old style of labor relations. NUMMI President Kon Hadashi, a 30-year veteran of Toyota, says he has been pleasantly surprised by his first experience with American workers.
We found that people here were very capable and flexible to work together with us, even though they had the worst reputation, the former plant here, because of so many disciplines, drugs, alcohols. But we found same people work with us. So one of the best qualified people in the industry.
How do you explain it?
One of the most important points is we treat them as a human being.
Under the Toyota system, workers are organized into teams of 4 to 6 people. Sometimes jobs are rotated within the team, allowing for a little variety on the monotonous assembly line. And team members are given some control over their own work process. In standardized work classes, like this one held next to the spot welders, NUMMI workers learn how to analyze and break down a job into specific steps.
Wait for the next car, and then get the sequence from the time she picks the clamp up, okay, and the part, places on the car, then she returns the clamp to the box. Any way we can find a way to work smarter, not harder, we're going to do it. And that's basically what we're doing here, is to show the team member how to dissect the job down and how to look for any trouble spots in the job where we may make improvements.
Ted Holman and Robert Mendoza, the teachers in this class, are team leaders. They are production line workers, not managers. Both were trained for 2 weeks in Japan before production began here.
What NUMMI here is trying to do is get everybody involved from the top down, from the bottom up. Before, when it was GM, all our thinking was done for us. And here, what we're trying to do is let the team member get involved as well, because who not but the worker on the line is the expert. That's what management feels, or what the NUMMI philosophy is all about here.
The NUMMI philosophy has given this place a different look and feel from most automobile plants. This is an experiment for both Toyota and GM. Industry analysts are watching closely.
In the typical Detroit plant, there's a feeling that people in the workforce come from a different gene pool than people in management. It's fairly typical for foremen to have iron bars that they keep underneath their desk and keep the door to their office locked. That's not the attitude at the NUMMI plant. The management and labor use the same cafeteria management dresses the same.
The goal of the symbolic egalitarianism is to overcome the traditional hostility between labor and management, to get workers to care about efficiency and quality, and they do. The Nova has received high marks from Consumer Reports, and this plant is almost as efficient as a Toyota plant in Japan. It takes spending some time here to learn why this plant is so efficient. It isn't the automation. Most of the technology in the plant dates back to the early 1970s. The answer lies in the way workers do their jobs, in the attention to detail, and in the near obsession with quality. Quality is considered the key goal here, and the car is repeatedly inspected along the line. Under a principle known in Japanese as jidoka, the line must stop if quality cannot be assured. Each worker can pull a cord to signal trouble. Help comes from a team or group leader, NUMMI's foreman. If they can't resolve the problem, the line stops rather than pass a defect on to the next work area.
The significance of NUMMI is that workers in this country have proven that they're able to assemble a car with quality just as high as a Japanese car. The second significance is that we've shown that it's possible to adopt a Japanese management style in American assembly plants.